Welcome, ChiroSecure family. This is our 11th Facebook Live, and I can't tell you how quickly this year has gone by. And you all know that November is a very special time. It's a time where we get together with our friends and our family. We build on community values, and there is no more importance than to connect and be with our family and friends. So, first and foremost, Thanksgiving. Thank you for being with us, for being a better chiropractor because you put the time, you put your effort, your talent, and your wisdom into your practice every single day. Thank you to ChiroSecure because without them, well, I wouldn't be here with you. And I absolutely love being with our family at the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. So we have a very important presentation because it's really lending to moving into December and thinking about what does your community look like. And I will tell you through the experience of me traveling across the nation that during the holiday times, it gets rather stressful. And we just unfortunately went through the political realm of stress. Now we're moving into the holiday realm of stress. Some of it is positive, good stress, but let's set our sights. Let's be mindful of where we are today, and that is with our presentation. We're looking at low back pain. Oftentimes it comes with stress. So now you can see the relevancy of where we're going to go today. Low back pain and stress, resources to support your community. Because I guarantee you, if they don't come in now, the reason is why. You should be bringing them all in. As you know, Thanksgiving is coming up, and here we are giving thanks to these fantastic corporate sponsors, each and every one of them. You will find at one of the expos. And I hope that you would take just a little bit of time out of your convention when you go to find these sponsors and thank them for being a foundation sponsor because they're supporting all of us. And as we move through the stressful seasons and we start to showcase how low back pain comes up and why they need to come and see you. Maybe it's just to vitalize their day. Maybe it's to improve their ability to pick up those wonderful gifts that they'll be sharing with their families during Thanksgiving, like the turkey. Well, nearly 20 in 2020, 619 million people globally unfortunately experienced low back pain, and you know it is the leading cause of disability around the globe. And it really fits in well when you can talk very easily about research. That's why we bring it to you. That's why we want to promote it, because when people know that research studies state that significant direct association between stress and low back pain is real. And this is a study that came out in 2021 in Science Report. It's a very good study to read. It's one that we really want you to recognize during the last 2 months of the year because people will be suffering. And when you share the degree of stress that is coming in through low back pain, it's really important. The other important thing is we grow. And what we do at the foundation impacts the profession and your practice. And we want to ensure that you have all you need when you need it. So we did a Harris Poll study. And as you were aware, because you listened to ChiroSecure Facebook Live in September, you knew that October was in fact was in fact Chiropractic Health Awareness Month. It fell just after Drug Free Pain Management Awareness Month in September. So back to back, those particular pieces made a massive influence in our media pickup. Because what we did is we showcased a Harris Poll study that came out, and it was fantastic. I'll show you the results, so hold on. But one of the things we wanted to find out is chiropractic intervention an effective pain relief method according to a survey on back and neck pain sufferers? So what we found is that more than 4 and 5, 82%, have experienced back or neck pain in their life. Now, this Harris Poll study that was put out by the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress was really to find out what are they doing if they're not going to a chiropractor, but we learned so much more. Now, I want to reflect on something very important. When we do these Harris Poll studies, we're getting a pulse of the nation. And if we know that 82% of the people are suffering, previously we knew 80% were suffering. That was a statistic that was given to us several times over the course of the last 5 years. But now we did our own poll and it's 82%. It's a small bump up, but it's a bump up. Now, what did they do? Unfortunately, what we found is 67% of those that suffered went to an over-the-counter medication or a prescription drug. Now, here's the reality. Did they get that from their medical doctor to get that prescription? If they did they get it at the first chronic or first episode of pain? Because if it was an acute injury, we know through the Lancet that an opiate is not guideline concordant care. We know through the ACP guidelines that the first approach to back pain should be a drug-free care option first, chiropractic. These statistics matter. And if we have 67% of our nation attending to a pill, we have more work to do, my friends. We have more opportunity to educate our healthcare providers, to let them know the Lancet study is out there, that back pain is bidirectionally concordant with stress and depression. We also need them to know that the ACP guidelines want a drug-free option first, and chiropractic should be their choice because we're doing whole being care. And it's not about just the low back pain, because that's one symptom, but what's going on in their life? What's the whole being care that they need? And I want you to embrace that whole being care because it's a word the foundation and the chiropractic profession owns. It has to be about the patient. So I am reflecting on that because I want to move into what were the results. We had resounding pickup. We had 13 radio stations and 5 TV segments that picked up our Harris poll. That's epic. I mean, really, truly, that's epic. When you put out a poll and we finally start getting the results that we want, which is people picking us up on the daily news, the national news, then we've made progress. I hope you think we made progress on that because somebody out there is in pain, somebody watched, and somebody recognized chiropractic is A, high patient satisfaction, B, concordant to care, C, doesn't have fragmentation of care, meaning they started with a medical doctor and they ended with an orthopedic surgeon. No, you start with a chiropractor and you end with a chiropractor. That's exciting news. But none of these news channels knew any of this until we did a Harris poll. So your dimes, your dollars, your attention to the foundation makes us more worthy to carry on these national responses. So know that we're making progress every single day and that these questions that were asked by these radio announcers were really found in our myth and facts. So think about what the nation is asking. And they ask pertinent questions, especially when we're in such an inflammatory economic situation. We need our dollars to count, and those dollars should be spent in an opportunity to get the care they need, desire, and will promote not chronic pain, because 30% of people will go to chronic pain if in fact they get the non-concordant care, i.e. they get a prescription drug medication for their pain, i.e. they go to the Walgreens and they pick up a Tylenol or an ibuprofen that perhaps may not be in their best interest because something else is going on, and you treat that every single day. So I'm encouraging you during this very stressful time to sprinkle in that there will be people guaranteed that are suffering with low back pain. And 67% of them, according to our Harris poll that was done in October to celebrate Chiropractic Awareness Month, will be suffering. It came off the legs and arms of Drug-Free Pain Management Awareness Month in September. And we know the numbers are horrific. The deaths from opioid prescriptions is unimaginable. And you are that answer. It is you who lays your hands on the patient, mindfully aware that that patient needs your care. So we want them to choose wisely. That is choosing chiropractic first, not after they've done an opiate or after they've done a surgical procedure. Let's try to get our nation to recognize whole being care not a pill for every ill. So we have PowerPoints. Now you can do these PowerPoints anywhere. Do your own Zoom recording. You have PowerPoints on stress management. It's the holiday season. The time is now. Ping them, let them know, hey, I got a 10-minute presentation for you on stress management during the holidays. Hey, I have achieving optimal health through the holidays with chiropractic. You make your community know how much value you bring to them. And that's why I want you to always remember to change those walls up. Maybe it's a holiday poster just for fun. You can do that. Get some fun in your office during the holidays. Make them laugh. Make them see that your walls are alive. And chiropractic care is for all ages. It unlocks, wait for it, whole being potential. Yes, I am using that word purposefully. I want you to adopt, embrace, and understand that we are exactly what we started out to be 130 years ago. We're here for the patient as a centric opportunity for them to optimize their care. And every day, in every way, that's the purpose of chiropractic in your office. Get your front desk as hyped as you are about what you do every day. And if you need a boost in that, well, bring them to some of our CA webinars. We have so many of them, and all you have to do is log into the Foundation for Chiropractic website, log in, go down to the vault and look at those webinars. Or even better, walk outside the door, go down to one of the healthcare providers that you wanted, wrap this DCR 2.0. Yes, you can download it, email it. You can even contact us if you'd like to get hard copies of the DCR 2.0. Anything you do is better than doing nothing, because nothing leads to no results and anything leads to a change. And change is what we're all about. That's how you make progress. So this is a beautiful release. It's a brand new white paper that we put out for you. It's more general because it can go in any place. Maybe you're doing a chamber of commerce. Oh, you're not? Oh, you should. You should do that. Maybe it's your business, your local business network. I don't care where you go anywhere, because anywhere is better than nowhere. We're on fire today. We're making Thanksgiving really, truly count, mindfully giving thanks to our community. So this holistic spine management, it's a critical part. A hospital's near you? Great. Stop by and share it. Now, I want to share some F4CP updates because you see what only you hear, and that's a very interesting thought. If you don't hear it, do you see it? And if you see it, do you hear it? And that started my day today. Did I hear it? And the question is, I see it and I hear it. So now we move into our ChiroThon results. Oh my goodness, wait till you see the results. A big shout out to ChiroSecure. Could not have done it without them. Dr. Alan Weinstein, you're a rock star. We had 13 live streamed vignettes. What is ChiroThon, you ask? This is the first time you've heard that word. Well, it's trademarked by the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. We own it now. And what is it? It's the ability to showcase chiropractic around the globe in small places where they would never get these educational opportunities to see the Alzheimer's Prevention and Research Foundation, Curti Khalsa, to see a rookie Arizona Diamondback Major League Baseball player, or as you can see in that with Dr. Sean Drake, we have an Olympic javelin thrower. We have a senior PGA tour. These are still available for you to showcase and share with your friends and family, because they're always going to be there until our next Chirothon, and then we're going to update them. So you can go to f4cp.org/Chirothon to see all of them. Listen, if you missed Elaine Lelaine, Jack's wife. Why? This is what your practice is all about. Showcasing that a 95-year-old was with us, for us, and building awareness on chiropractic at the age of 95. So I want you to get excited because Chirothon really was a big hit, and we still are making donations come in. We just had another $1,000 added in the last week. So if your pocketbook can adopt a little bit of the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress in it, please, please make us, allow us, build on what we can do for our consumers. So this was the outcome. It is epic. So this is the best Chirothon we've had. And you're saying, well, how many have you had? Well, that's a great question. We've had three ChiroThons. And this one that was done in California was, in fact, our very best. In our visibility, how many viewers did we bring? 280,000. What chiropractic convention have you ever gone to in your life with 280,000? Are we making progress? It's because of you. And if you don't feel that you have made progress, then open your wallet, because that's how we're going to do it. Together, we will achieve greatness. And ChiroThon is one of those. 13 live vignettes. We've made $55,000. So 5, 10, 15, $20, whatever you can afford to make this profession grow in its visibility and touch the lives, the hearts, and the wisdom. Healthcare professionals, any organization out there. Speaking of that, oh my goodness, this is our Made Possible By campaign. And our goal was to reach 100 million in its audience. Well, we're telling the total and we'll release it at the end of the year, but I can already tell you, your dimes and your dollars made a difference. We have reached over 100 million, and we're not stopped counting yet. In the new year, I'm going to give you the wonderful news for 2025. So hang with us. This is a moment where we engage the stress, the potential low back pain in November and December that might come up. But if you're in a place where you can play pickleball, encourage them to do so. Encourage them to create more movement in their life. Because the one thing about stress, it has a great enemy, and it's called movement. And moving in the right direction with positive people doing positive things, well, you guessed it, it's going to make a huge difference. We want our patients to know, and we certainly want to grow the messaging. And that, my friends, is why we have 10 billboards in North Dakota. I wanted to show one of them because it just makes me smile. 8 seconds made possible by chiropractic care. And the best part is they're advertising for you, because that yes to chiropractic.org goes to our national directory. And that's what's so critical. Every piece we do advertises you. So I want to ask you, what does that mean to build the profession, build awareness, and build your clinic? Well, I'm hoping that means you're going to reach into your purse or your wallet and you're going to donate. F4CP.org/donate, and you make a difference for anyone who is suffering. And speaking of making a difference, here's a man who has dedicated the second half of his life to making a difference to people around the globe. This is Udo Erasmus. He has a fantastic book. It's called Fats That Heal and Fats That Kill. And we know during the holidays, there are plenty of fats that will, in fact, impact our life. But if you listen and you're mindful of when you eat them and when you don't, you will have a better and more prosperity in 2025. So I want you to look at adjusted reality, because it is chocked full. And we're now in the top 25%, not of just Buzzsprout, but of all podcasts. So if you want to help us, listen. You want to help us, see what's in your wallet. You want to help us, share with your community. Today's the day. It's pickup day. And I want to share with you where we're going next. Well, we went to Washington. Love those people. Maine, absolutely fantastic chiropractic association. We're now heading into Chiro Congress in Denver. So if you know anybody, your state association, wish them the very best in that Denver convention. I personally will be heading to Saudi Arabia. Yes, that is across the globe, bringing chiropractic and optimizing awareness. The 2 requested presentations that I will be doing for the oil and gas is going to be focused on burnout and how better to avoid burnout. Well, chiropractic, and how to optimize their well-being for the women of the Gulf region in oil and gas. So spread the chiropractic message as far and wide as you can. I like to go wide. How about you go far too? How about going down to Starbucks and talking to some people about why your chiropractic practice is exploding? Because it is. Now, as you know, we build on awareness, and I want to continue to ask you what you'll be willing to do in October of 2025. Set your goal, set your mindset. We will have a book published by the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. It will come out. The goal is to make that we have ever celebrated in the entirety of this entire profession. So I want you to make a commitment as you end the 2024 year, will you do with the foundation something that has never been asked of you? We would like to start now thinking about how you can get this legacy book called Adjusted Reality into a library, into your practice, potentially as a 2025 Christmas gift. I want you to set aside whatever it means to buy that book. Start paying for it now. Maybe there's a student that's in your practice that you want to gift it to. Put your goals in place because 2025 will be the greatest celebration this profession has ever seen. And it's because you're willing to activate your community and your clinic in motion. So, in ending, happy Thanksgiving. May your blessings with your family and your friends be strong, pleasant, peaceful, and enjoyable. And don't worry, I'll be back in December to be with you to celebrate the ending of the year. So stay tuned. We can't do it without you. So let's power up our energy today and make a difference. See you next month.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package and get your customized practice success solution.